Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Reverend Hellbilly here. I want to talk to you today about my favorite strings. These are Ghs TnT strings. Now, I don't get paid to play these strings. I buy them. I love them. I've played them since a long time ago. Um, I got turned on to these strings by Zakk Wylde in the 80s. Yeah. And I had already played GHS strings, but I didn't have the low end that I needed because once in a while I would do a drop D tuning back in those days, and I still like to do a drop D tuning. And having a string that's a 52, it really allows you to handle that drop D tuning without it sounding like a rubber band. So, it's like an 11 gauge up on the low strings and a 10 gauge on the bottom three strings. And, like if you want to do like those serious like bends, like I like to do, I need a string, I can't do that with an 8 gauge string. It just doesn't sound like right, it's real tinny. So, I play these GHS boomers, these TNTs, playing them a long time. I used to have a string endorsement from a company, and I used to take those strings to the music store where I used to shop, the little mom and pop store, and I would give them a 12 case of them, and they would give me 6 of these, and those 6 pairs of GHS TNTs would last me a long time. So, what I generally feel about those is I can get 2 shows out of them, or if I got a weekend, I can get a whole weekend out of them. I can practice on them with the band, 10 times or whatever, but playing shows and playing rehearsals and practicing on your own, those are all different things. So, I've been wanting to do this for a while. People have asked me in the past, like, like, you have a really bright tone, but I can see you have these heavy strings, and I said, well, those are GHS strings, and, the guy that I do most of the work on my guitars myself, but, the local music store here, I take that stuff over to him and let him work on it because, for one, I want that music store to stay in business because, that's all we got. And for two, sometimes I'm lazy. I got other stuff to do. I'm trying to learn, my new Boss RC500, and I'm trying to do videos and come up with ideas. And, sometimes I just want to say, you know what, I'll put it all together and I'll just take it over to him and, let him do the solder work. And, like I can do that. I can do all that stuff, but he does it every day. So, I let him do it sometimes. But he hates those GHS strings. He's like, oh, it's so bright. It's the brightest string on any guitar, And you're already playing Telecasters and Stratocasters. And here's my thing, like, I'm not trying to compete with the bass player. You know what I'm saying? When I play, like, I play a lot of stuff on the high strings as it is. So, I mean, when it's just the three of us, don't get me wrong, I use the low strings. It's not like I don't touch them. I use them a lot, but it's bright, and I like that. I mean, I don't understand why anybody wouldn't like having a bright guitar. So, yeah, I just wanted to say, GHS strings, I've used them for years. I'll keep using them till, it's like PBR. That was the first beer I drank. It'll be the last beer I ever drink. GHS strings be my first favorite strings, and they'll be my last. So, if you're looking for a new string, if something's, the other thing is, GHS strings, they do not, I break strings, don't get me wrong. When I break a string, I always come to think like, ooh, there's a problem with my bridge, I broke a string. Now, sometimes it could be that, I played 3 gigs in a weekend or 4 gigs in a weekend and, the string broke because it's been, the way I bend strings, they get put through the ringer. So, but not like the other brands of strings I used to play, And you know what? I started on GHS when I was young because I was a bass player when I was very young, and there wasn't many choices of strings. And GHS boomers was one of the choices, and GHS boomers had short scale bass strings. Nobody else did. You try to put long scale bass strings on a short scale bass when I was a little kid, and I mean I was little when I started playing. It doesn't work. So I've always had good luck. I play GHS on my basses. I play them on my guitars. I play them on my cigar box guitars. I play them on my double neck lap steel, my lap caster. So the lap steel is GHS strings. I put GHS strings on everything. They do not pay me to say this, but I'm telling you, I like them. I've always been happy with them. And that's my opinion, and I was going to give it to you. Reverend Hellbilly, hey, if you like this video, you like GHS strings and me, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We do videos all the time, okay? Cheers to you guys. Let your God go with you. Have a great day. See you soon. Right on.